Breaking news in the Bronx. This is Bronx Fan Central.
Hey everyone, Ryan Carter here, Bronx Fan Central. Look, opening day happened, and Max Fried didn't just pitch well. He made history. We're talking about a list that goes all the way back to 1969. Catfish Hunter, Ron Guidry, David Cone, and now Max Fried is right there with them. One game. That's all it took. And you know what nobody's talking about? This wasn't just a good performance. It was a statement. A guy stepping into the biggest spotlight in baseball, without Jarrett Cole, with all eyes on him, and just completely dominating. But look, as good as that is for Yankees fans, there's another story developing right now, and it involves a familiar face. A guy who wore the pinstripes, went through some tough years here in New York, and might be getting ready to play for one of the Yankees' biggest rivals in the American League. Yeah, that kind of story. Stick with me. This one's worth it. News 1. Max Fried. Max Fried didn't arrive quietly. In the first game of the season, the Yankees' left-hander went out there and delivered one of the most dominant opening day performances this franchise has seen in decades. He faced the San Francisco Giants, allowed just 2 hits over 6 1/3 innings, and didn't give up a single run. Simple as that. But what makes this bigger than it looks is the historical context. ESPN pointed out that Fried became just the 5th Yankees pitcher since 1969 to throw at least 6 1/3 innings without allowing a run on opening day. 5 pitchers in more than 50 years. And the names on that list? Catfish Hunter, Ron Guidry, Rick Rhoden, David Cone. Now Max Fried. And there's another detail a lot of people missed. New York won an opening day game without allowing a run on the road for the first time since 1967. That's not just a random stat. That's baseball history being rewritten on opening day. 2 hits allowed, 0 runs, 6 1/3 innings. For a pitcher who stepped in as a replacement for Jarrett Cole, who's still recovering, this performance went far beyond expectations. And this is where things get interesting. The Yankees signed Max Fried for a very clear reason. They needed someone who could hold things down while Cole is out. But what happened in this first game went beyond that. Fried didn't just do his job. He made a statement that he's here to stay at the top of the rotation. And look, even when Cole comes back, the expectation is that Fried will remain one of the top starters in baseball. The contract the Yankees gave him already said that. Opening day just confirmed it. Hey Bronx fans, let me ask you something. Do you remember the anxiety around the pitching rotation at the start of this season? With Cole out, a lot of people were worried about what was coming, and that's normal. The rotation is the backbone of any serious baseball team. But after watching Fried in that game, let me ask you, are you still worried? Because I think for most of you, the answer is no. And if you enjoyed this content, drop a like. It really helps the channel keep bringing you analysis like this every single day. Now, being honest about what this means going forward, one game doesn't define a season. Everyone knows that. But one game can define a pitcher's mindset and the confidence of an entire roster. When your teammates see Fried step in like that, with that level of composure, in an opening day game with all the pressure in the world on him, that changes something in the clubhouse. It creates a belief that wasn't there before. The Yankees have a pitcher built for the moment. I'll be straight with you. I expected a good game from Fried. I believed in him. But seeing him go out there and do what he did, with that list of names next to him, with that franchise history weighing on it, that surprised me in the best way. To me, this game was more than a win. It was a message to the rest of the American League. The Yankees are serious this year. News 2, DJ Lemahieu. But now there's another story developing, and this one involves a name every Yankees fan knows well. DJ Lemahieu is still without a team this offseason. The versatile player, who spent years in the Bronx before being released, remains on the market. And while many believe his career might be nearing the end, some analysts still see value in him. Austin Owens from Fansided goes even further. He projects that Lemahieu will sign with the Seattle Mariners. The argument is simple. Lemahieu is a versatile veteran, capable of playing multiple positions, with a resume that speaks for itself. 3-time All-Star, 4 Gold Gloves, 2 Silver Sluggers, 2 batting titles. This is not just any player. The problem is, that version of the player may no longer exist. Injuries took a heavy toll during his time in New York, and what fans saw in recent years was very different from the DJ who dominated baseball in Colorado and in his early Yankees seasons. And this is where I have to be fair to the story. Lemahieu didn't leave the Yankees because he's a bad player. He left because injuries destroyed his consistency, and when the team needed reliability, he simply couldn't deliver. But maybe, with less pressure and in a different environment, some of that talent could still show up. I don't know. It's a gamble. What I do know is that the Mariners need offense, and the 2026 version of DJ Lemahieu is not the answer to that problem. And if you follow DJ in the Bronx, what do you feel when you see his name circulating again? Some fans still carry a lot of appreciation for him, and that makes sense. He had great moments with the Yankees. We saw his best years here. But there are also those who look at the end of his time in New York and feel that frustration, seeing a player who once promised so much deliver so little in key moments. In both cases, his Yankees chapter has already been written. The question now is what comes next. If Lemahieu does go to the Mariners, he'll be joining a team fighting for a playoff spot. There will be pressure. There will be expectations. And the real question is whether his body can handle a full season without falling back into the same cycle of injuries. His versatility helps. He could be a useful utility piece, a rotation player, but as a real solution for a team that needs offensive production, I have serious doubts. Look, I'm rooting for DJ Lemahieu. I really am. He mattered to this team at one point, and nobody deserves to end their career feeling like they didn't live up to what they could have been. But I also have to be honest, what I've seen in recent years makes me believe this story may be reaching its end. And there's nothing wrong with that. He had a solid career with real accomplishments. Sometimes a chapter simply closes. So that's where we are, everyone. On one side, Max Fried opening the season by making history and showing the Yankees have a pitcher built for the moment. On the other, DJ Lemahieu trying to find a place in baseball after a difficult final stretch in the Bronx. Two stories, two very different paths, and I want to hear from you. Do you think Fried can keep this level all season long? And DJ, do you think he still has something left to offer in baseball? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Ryan Carter, Bronx Fan Central. See you next time.